election, but it's
give
not
you all
over.
the election results. And, no.
Yeah, we've got all the final tallies right here.
The only thing I'm certain of is that it is looking really bleak for Kanye.
Kanye is not looking good. That's the only thing we know for sure.
His chances are slim, slim.
Yeah. So if you've been watching the election results since yesterday evening, like nonstop, now's a good chance to peel away from that. In fact, we highly suggest you just let it go. Hang out with us for a while, because we're not going to talk about that anymore. And we're going to talk about some stuff going on here at OCC that we're excited about. And so thanks for joining us. Hope you're all doing well. And we're going to look ahead just about 10 days into the future, which is still a long time. We can't. We've learned you can't really look very far ahead at all, because things change every day. And so, but here's our plans for 10 days from now on November 15th. There's a couple things that are going to happen that day. That's a Sunday, November 15th. The thing we want to get in front of you now is for all you early service folks who tune in or join us at 9 o'clock. We're going to move it back to 9:30.
Yeah.
We're excited about that.
A little more sleep time.
Yeah. So we started the 9 o'clock hour when we reopened with COVID to allow a little bit more space in between services. Our kids' ministry wanted to make sure they had time to do some cleaning and then could get on to the next service. We didn't want two crowds converging, in the lobby, and we felt like that was the safest route to go. But we've learned and experienced over the last several weeks that much time isn't necessary anymore, and so we feel like we can still achieve a very safe, healthy environment with a 9:30 start time, wrapping up at around 10:30, half-hour transition. And if you're in the volunteer ranks for our children's ministry, hopefully this is good news for you, because it doesn't mean you got that hour gap to kill time and you can hang around. So, Fitz, we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that was a big part of what we were doing, too. Wanted to love on our volunteers a little bit. And we've got some people who are here the entirety of the day for that.
Yeah.
So those two services being spread out, shrinking it even just that half hour is a real gift to them. Even with time change last weekend getting an extra hour of sleep, we wanted to give a gift to all our people and give you that extra half hour. We know for families trying to get their kids ready out the door and into this place for kids service in the morning, 9:30 is a little bit friendlier than 9 o'clock.
For sure.
Making that change for you. And again, that's not this Sunday. It's a week from Sunday, 10 days out. So if you show up this week at 9:30, you're going to miss half of the good stuff going on in that service.
That's right. Yeah. So there it is. And just we'll remind you again next week, but we wanted to get that on your radar so you can be planning ahead for the 15th. Excited about that. The other thing that is happening on the 15th is the beginning of a new series called Making Change. Let's talk about that, Fitz. Yeah. So it's that time of year when, COVID has hit and finances were a little bit out of whack for a lot of people, and some people just kind of hanging in flux to see what's going to happen. Some people waiting until after the election to see how that might shape the economy. But also during that time of year, there's just a lot going on. People buying presents, and Christmas and Black Friday is now like Black November, and you get all this stuff online, and things are just totally different. But we also know that consistently one of the biggest stressors in life, in marriage, in relationships is finance and just how we manage our money. So we want to offer some biblical teaching on that, doing a 4-week series, and take a look at a change in perspective, a change in priority, a change in our plans, and then a change in our hearts, and see what God has to say about that. And have some pretty cool things lined up for that series. A pretty cool initiative that we're just gonna tease it right there.
but something pretty neat, pretty bold that we're going to do as a church. We're going to ask you to be part of that. That'll come towards the end of that series. But really, this is a series. Some people get a little nervous when the church starts talking about money because, here we go again. I just want my money. And that's really not it. This is a series of what God wants for you, not something so much that we want from you. And so we really do think that this is a timely series, good for all of us. It's been good as I've been looking ahead to the series and planning. It's been good for my soul, been good for my heart, just to reorient and make sure that those 4 changes, perspective, priority, plans, and heart are all lined up in my life. So I'm really looking forward to it. This is going to be a fun series. And, we just are wrapping up a series on politics. So we thought, why not talk about money? Because, everybody loves when the church does those
things. Push all the buttons. Poke the bear. Well, look, I appreciate Fitz's willingness to tackle tough issues. That's just part of who he is. He doesn't back down from a challenge. And I would say the series we're currently in this one, in a sense, you've sort of been itching to teach, but maybe not in the first year, And so once you pass that 1 year anniversary a few months ago of being our lead minister, it's like now the gloves are coming off, right? And now it's I appreciate what he said there earlier. This isn't about what we want from you. It's about what God wants from all of us. And sometimes we need to teach and preach on those, we call them felt need issues, or things that we feel like are timely, things going on in our lives where we want to bring sort of a pastoral sense, comfort, encouragement. This is on the side of whether you realize it or not is something you need. And you can view it as medicine or whatever you want to call it, but we firmly believe, and in relation to kind of the tease on the thing that we're going to challenge you with towards the end of this series, we do that because we think it will ultimately result in blessing. In a deeper, more intimate relationship with Christ. That's why we do this, and so we just want to encourage you to start praying about it, preparing for it, being present in it. Don't run away from this. Run towards it. Lean into it. Join us for that part of the journey. I think we're going to handle some things differently than you might expect. And I'm confident that on the other side of it, you'll be grateful that you went through it with us. Yeah, and then, of course, this will take us to our final push of the year, which, of course, will be Christmas, and we're pumped about that. We joke about, if anybody's listening to Christmas music yet, I've had to kind of resist, but it's coming quickly, and we'll talk about that in due time. But there's a whole lot to do between now and just the end of November that we want to really be diligent on. So kind of one step at a time. Go on the journey with us. Stay faithful. As always, we want to challenge you and encourage you to just when you're ready, be here, on campus and worship with us. And if you can't, be faithful online and use that resource. But we continue to be encouraged by the faithfulness of the church here, and are grateful for all of you guys just pressing into this with us. We've got one more week in Separation of Church and Hate. This will be the final week this coming Sunday. Anything you want to hit on as we prepare for this Sunday?
Yeah, it's funny, and I'll mention this on Sunday, but I had a couple people tell me, whatever we're preaching this weekend, we're a week late. It's too late. The election's already happened.
Yeah, right.
But what we're leaning into on Sunday is as important on the backside of an election as it is on the front side. Yeah. And it is as important for anyone to hear as it is for the church. And so if you've got a friend who needs a nudge to join us online or in person, invite them. This Sunday would be a good one to invite them to, because it'll help them see a little bit more of who we are and how we do what we do, why we do what we do, and that a lot of what we do is for the people who aren't here yet. And we're doing it all so we can help people connect to Jesus, so we can help them find Jesus and follow Jesus and join us on that journey. So invite a friend, join us on Sunday morning, online, in person, 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock this week.
Yep.
And we'll see you then.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great